navigating the journey of aging with grace. 9 key behaviors to avoid in your golden years. Aging is an inevitable part of life that each of us must face. However, the way we approach this journey significantly shapes our experience and quality of life as we grow older. As we enter our later years, we often begin to reflect on what truly matters: our relationships, our legacies, and the wisdom we've gained throughout our lives. While this time offers opportunities for self-reflection and growth, it also presents unique challenges that influence not only how others perceive us, but more importantly, how we perceive ourselves. In the process of aging, it's easy to fall into certain patterns or habits that over time may erode the dignity and respect we deserve. Physical changes are a natural part of the aging process, but how we carry ourselves, how we treat others, and how we choose to live each day is entirely within our control. The key to aging with grace lies in embracing an approach that enhances our relationships, nurtures our sense of self-worth, and allows us to stay connected to the world around us. As we embark on this journey, we must remain mindful of behaviors that may isolate us or diminish our ability to engage with others in meaningful ways. In this expanded guide, we will explore 9 critical behaviors that could hinder our path to graceful aging. We will delve into each behavior, offering insights and practical tips on how to avoid them and live with dignity, respect, and purpose in our later years. By reflecting on these 9 key points, we can cultivate a more mindful, connected, and enriching approach to aging, one that transcends the challenges of time and allows us to embrace the fullness of our golden years. 1. Monopolizing conversations. As we grow older, we inevitably accumulate a rich tapestry of stories, memories of our youth, lessons learned throughout our careers, and treasured moments spent with family and friends. These stories carry the weight of decades of experience, and naturally, we want to share them. However, one of the most common mistakes we make as we age is unintentionally dominating conversations. Driven by the desire to impart our wisdom and experiences, we may find ourselves monopolizing discussions, leaving little room for others to contribute. This tendency, though unintentional, can create a barrier between us and those we care about. Friends, family, and even casual acquaintances, particularly younger individuals, may feel that their voices are overshadowed by older generations. What starts as a simple sharing of experiences can inadvertently come across as self-centered, even when that is not the intention. This shift in focus can lead to disconnection rather than the deeper connections we seek. Consider a scenario at a social gathering where a group is discussing a recent event. You might have valuable insights from a similar experience that took place years ago, and the urge to share may be overwhelming. However, before jumping in, it's important to reflect on whether your contribution will truly enhance the conversation or merely shift the focus back to yourself. There's great value in stepping back and giving others, especially younger generations, the opportunity to share their perspectives. When we actively listen and engage with others' thoughts, we not only show respect, but also alter deeper, more meaningful connections. Listening is a form of generosity. It can have a far greater impact than any story we tell. By creating space for others to speak, we enrich the dialogue and create an environment where everyone feels valued. It's through listening that we invite diverse viewpoints, making the conversation more dynamic and inclusive. If you find yourself consistently dominating conversations, a simple yet effective strategy is to set a mental limit on how much you contribute. For example, after sharing a personal story, make a conscious effort to turn the conversation to others. Phrases like, "What do you think?" or "I'd love to hear your perspective" encourage others to join the dialogue and demonstrate that you value their input. The deeper takeaway here is that becoming known as someone who listens more than they speak is a hallmark of wisdom. The ability to step back, observe, and listen attentively to others is often far more powerful than simply sharing your own narrative. It reflects humility, patience, and a genuine interest in those around you. As you age, aim to cultivate a reputation as a conversationalist who enriches discussions, not by dominating them, but by contributing thoughtfully and listening deeply. This approach not only enhances your relationships, but also positions you as someone who understands the true power of connection. 2. Excessive bragging. As we journey through life, it's natural to want to take pride in our accomplishments, whether it's personal milestones, family successes, or the achievements of our children and grandchildren. However, as we age, there's a delicate balance between expressing pride and crossing over into the territory of boastfulness. For many older adults, the habit of highlighting personal triumphs, be it a flourishing career, financial wealth, or the extraordinary feats of their loved ones, can become a regular part of conversation. While it's completely normal to feel proud, overdoing it can unintentionally alienate others. Bragging, when done repetitively, can make us appear self-centered or disconnected from the experiences of those around us. This is especially true when we talk about things that others might be struggling with, such as family dynamics, health issues, or financial hardships. What we view as a celebration of our lives can, for someone else, become a painful reminder of what they are missing or currently facing. Imagine, for example, sitting with a friend who's been through financial struggles or has a child facing difficulties. If we continue to share stories of our own children's triumphs or our financial stability, we might unintentionally widen the emotional gap between us, even though our intentions are far from hurtful. In this way, what should be a moment of connection can turn into one of discomfort or resentment. This doesn't mean we should suppress our pride. Rather, it calls for a deeper awareness of how we share our experiences. Excessive boasting can sometimes reveal an underlying insecurity, a need to seek validation from others that may reflect a lack of confidence in our own achievements. People who are truly secure in their success don't need to bring it up in every conversation. Their lives speak for themselves, and their confidence is evident in how they engage with the world around them. A more thoughtful approach would be to shift the conversation from what we've accomplished to what we've learned. Instead of saying, "My children are so successful," try saying something like, "I've learned so much about patience and understanding as a parent." This not only demonstrates humility, but it also creates space for others to share their experiences and reflections. It opens up the conversation for deeper connection and mutual understanding. The most admirable individuals often don't need to boast about their accomplishments. Their presence speaks volumes, and the way they treat others leaves a lasting impact. True success is reflected not just in what we've done, but in how we've grown as people and how we make others feel valued. As we age, focusing less on external achievements and more on inner growth can lead to more meaningful relationships, helping us to form deeper, more authentic connections with those around us. 3. Judging people based on first impressions. As we grow older, One of the more subtle challenges we face is the tendency to become rigid in our perspectives. With years of life experience behind us, it's easy to feel that we've encountered everything and can assess others in an instant. First impressions seem to tell us everything, but in reality, they often tell us very little about who a person truly is. This reliance on quick judgments can close us off from the rich opportunities for connection that exist all around us. It creates barriers to deep, meaningful relationships and limits our capacity to understand those who come from different walks of life. With age, it's easy to fall into the trap of evaluating others based on surface-level factors like their appearance, age, social background, or even their political beliefs. While these judgments might seem harmless, they can prevent us from seeing the real person behind the stereotype. This tendency not only restricts the possibility of forming lasting bonds, but it also reinforces harmful biases that skew our perceptions of people. How often do we find ourselves dismissing someone based on assumptions, when in fact, they could offer insights and experiences that broaden our own world? Reflect for a moment on a time when you were unfairly judged. Maybe someone assumed something about you simply because of how you looked, or perhaps they misunderstood your intentions. How did that feel? Now, think about how you might be doing the same to others without even realizing it. Each individual has a story that goes far beyond what meets the eye. First impressions rarely capture the full depth of a person's life and experiences. Instead of relying on immediate judgments, we have the opportunity to get to know others on a deeper level. This means asking questions that invite conversation, rather than drawing conclusions. Ask, what challenges have you faced recently? Or, what are the things that light you up? These kinds of open-ended questions not only spark rich discussions, but also give us a chance to connect with people on a personal level. By creating space for others to express who they really are, we can break down walls of misunderstanding and build more meaningful relationships. A simple shift in mindset, choosing to approach each interaction with curiosity rather than assumptions, can lead to profound growth. By listening more and judging less, we cultivate a deeper understanding of the world around us. The wisdom that comes with age isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's about developing the ability to listen, observe, and withhold judgment. This practice helps us maintain a sharp and open mind, ready to embrace the diversity of human experience, and most importantly, it allows us to form connections that are more authentic and enriching. 4. Neglecting personal appearance. As we age, many of us begin to embrace a comforting idea that the years should teach us to value our inner qualities more than our outer appearance. It's a belief that reflects wisdom, that our true beauty lies in our character, kindness, and actions. However, while it's true that these qualities are far more important than mere looks, neglecting our appearance entirely can have consequences that go beyond just how others perceive us. In fact, it can impact how we see ourselves and even affect our mental health. Taking care of our appearance is not about holding on to youthful vanity or trying to turn back the clock. It's about honoring ourselves, maintaining a sense of dignity, and respecting the life we've lived. When we let go of even basic self-care, it can send a subtle but powerful message that we no longer value ourselves or the life we are living. This neglect can lead to a dip in self-esteem, and over time, can even result in feelings of inadequacy, isolation, or depression. Our appearance speaks volumes about our mindset. It shows whether we're still engaged with the world or whether we've withdrawn from it. Think about how a simple change like a fresh haircut or putting on a well-chosen outfit can boost your mood. There's something undeniably refreshing about taking pride in how we look. This change can bring a sense of renewal and confidence, no matter our age. Now, consider meeting an old friend after many years, only to find that they've stopped caring about their appearance. Their clothes are faded, their hair untidy. What kind of impression does that leave? It's not just about looks. It's about the message it sends, about their relationship with themselves and the life they are leading. Maintaining our appearance is not an act of vanity. It's a reflection of self-respect and engagement with life. Even small efforts like wearing clean clothes that fit well or attending to basic grooming can dramatically improve how we feel about ourselves and how others perceive us. These simple acts serve as a daily reminder that we value ourselves and are still actively participating in the world around us. If you've found that you've let your appearance slip, it's not too late to make a change. Start small. Perhaps it's time for a visit to the barber or hair salon, or maybe treating yourself to a new piece of clothing that makes you feel confident. Even small efforts at self-care can go a long way in boosting your sense of pride and dignity as you age. Ultimately, self-care is a powerful reflection of self-respect. By taking care of how we present ourselves to the world, we nurture our own sense of worth. It's a simple but meaningful way to remind ourselves that we are still part of the world, still engaged in life, and still proud of the person we are becoming. 5. Expecting respect without earning it. There was a time when simply reaching a certain age automatically commanded respect. It was assumed that seniority alone warranted deference from others. However, as times evolve, so too do our social dynamics. Today, respect isn't simply given based on age. It's something that must be earned, and younger generations are especially keen on challenging traditional hierarchies. They are more independent in their thinking and often value mutual understanding over age-old practices. As older adults, we might feel a sense of frustration or even entitlement when we aren't treated with the level of respect we think we deserve. Yet it's crucial to understand that respect, in its truest form, is earned, not demanded. If we expect younger people to offer respect solely because of our age, we risk distancing ourselves from them, potentially coming across as disconnected or outdated. True respect is not something we can expect. It must be built through our actions and the way we interact with others. It's a reflection of how we treat those around us, regardless of their age, background, or position in life. Imagine stepping into a room with the expectation that everyone will defer to your opinions simply because of your years of experience. When that doesn't happen, it's easy to feel hurt or disrespected. But rather than expecting respect, we must first be the ones to offer it. Respect begins with us, by listening to others, acknowledging their viewpoints, and being open to new ideas. It's about showing kindness, understanding, and a willingness to learn as much as we teach. Respect is a two-way street. Just as we want younger generations to recognize our experience, we must also honor their independence, insights, and contributions to the world. The next time you interact with someone younger, try to let go of any expectation of automatic respect. Instead, focus on building a relationship founded on mutual understanding and kindness. Show genuine interest in their experiences and perspectives, and share your own with humility rather than authority. By doing so, you'll foster a deeper connection and lay the groundwork for respect that comes naturally and authentically. Ultimately, respect is something we cultivate through our actions. not something that is simply owed to us because of our age. By treating everyone with the respect we hope to receive, regardless of age, we strengthen our relationships and build a foundation of mutual respect that can last for generations. This approach not only deepens our connections with others, but also fosters a sense of belonging and understanding in all areas of life. 6. Holding on to grudges. As we age, it's natural to accumulate grievances from the past. Perhaps it's unresolved family disputes, friendships that ended on sour terms, or misunderstandings that were never fully addressed. These emotional burdens can weigh heavily on us, stealing the peace and joy that we deserve, especially as we move into later years. Yet many older adults find it challenging to release these grudges, thinking that forgiveness somehow excuses the wrongdoer. However, clinging to these negative emotions only harms us. It keeps us anchored in the past, unable to embrace the present or future fully. Forgiveness is not about condoning hurtful behavior or forgetting the pain someone caused. It's about giving ourselves the gift of emotional freedom. When we hold on to resentment, we continue to carry the heavy weight of those past wounds, making it harder to enjoy the good things life has to offer. Forgiveness, in contrast, is an act of self-care. It clears the emotional clutter, making room for positive experiences and personal growth. By choosing to forgive, we free ourselves from the chains of the past, allowing us to move forward with greater peace and joy. Think for a moment about a grudge you've held onto for years. Maybe it's with a family member, a close friend, or even a colleague. How has that lingering anger or resentment affected your life? Has it brought you inner peace, or has it kept you from truly enjoying your relationships or the moments around you? Now imagine what it might feel like to let go of that grudge, not because the other person necessarily deserves it, but because you deserve to live without the emotional weight that it carries. Forgiveness is a choice to prioritize your own well-being over the desire for retribution or the need to be right. If you're struggling to let go of a grudge, start by reflecting on whether it's really serving you anymore. Consider writing a letter, not to send, but to express your feelings and start the process of releasing the emotional burden. Writing down your thoughts can be a powerful first step toward understanding your pain and moving beyond it. By acknowledging your hurt and making the conscious decision to forgive, you're setting yourself free from the emotional baggage that's been holding you back. Life is too short to carry the weight of past hurts. When we choose to forgive, we choose to live with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Letting go of grudges is one of the most transformative steps we can take, leading us toward emotional freedom and a more peaceful, fulfilling later life. 7. Resisting change. As we age, one of the most common challenges we face is the resistance to change. After spending years or even decades establishing routines, forming opinions, and shaping our way of life, it can feel unsettling when we're faced with the need to adapt. Whether it's new technology, shifting social norms, or different ways of thinking, change can seem like a disruption to our comfort zone. However, holding on to this resistance can prevent us from staying connected to the world around us, leaving us feeling isolated or out of touch. Change is an unavoidable part of life, and though it can be uncomfortable, it also presents valuable opportunities for growth and connection. Embracing new ideas or learning new skills keeps us relevant and engaged, regardless of our age. For instance, learning how to use a smartphone, adopting healthier habits, or exploring a new hobby can open up avenues for connection, helping us stay involved with the people and activities that matter most. Staying open to change is not just about keeping up with the times. It's about staying active and vital in all stages of life. Think for a moment about the changes you've resisted over the years. Maybe it's learning how to navigate new technologies or adjusting to evolving cultural shifts. How has that resistance affected your relationships and sense of connection? Has it held you back from truly engaging with others or pursuing new opportunities? Now, imagine what it would be like to approach these changes with an open mind, not as threats to your established way of life, but as chances for personal growth and enrichment. By embracing change, you give yourself the freedom to evolve and stay connected to the world around you. If you're finding it difficult to adapt, start small. Pick one area of your life where you can be more open to change, whether it's learning a new skill, experimenting with a different daily routine, or simply trying out a fresh perspective. Begin with manageable steps, and as you gain confidence, you'll find that adapting to change becomes more natural and less daunting. Over time, embracing change will become a rewarding experience rather than a challenge. Ultimately, the ability to adapt is one of the key factors in aging gracefully. By staying open to new experiences and perspectives, you keep your mind sharp, your spirit flexible, and your connections with others strong. Embracing change is not just about keeping pace with the world. It's about fully engaging with life, no matter where you are on your journey. 8. Avoiding emotional vulnerability. As we grow older, it's natural to become more guarded with our emotions. Life's challenges, loss, disappointment, and hurt can leave us feeling vulnerable, and the instinct to protect ourselves by keeping our feelings tucked away becomes stronger. However, while it may seem like a form of self-preservation, avoiding emotional vulnerability can create distance between us and those we care about, preventing us from forming meaningful connections. Being emotionally open is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and emotional maturity. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open the door to deeper, more authentic relationships. Vulnerability helps us connect with others on a level that goes beyond surface interactions, fostering greater understanding and stronger emotional bonds. By sharing our true selves, rather than hiding behind walls of self-protection, we give others the opportunity to truly see us, creating a space for trust and intimacy to flourish. Think about the relationships that matter most to you. How have they been shaped by your willingness or unwillingness to be emotionally open? Have you ever held back out of fear of being hurt, only to realize that this emotional distance has only created more isolation? Now, consider the possibility of opening up, of allowing yourself to be vulnerable with those you trust. Imagine sharing your deepest fears, your hopes, and your emotions without the fear of judgment. This kind of vulnerability has the power to strengthen bonds, deepen intimacy, and foster a sense of trust, all of which are essential for emotional well-being as we age. If you've been hesitant to embrace emotional vulnerability, start small. Share something personal with someone you trust, whether it's a fear, a regret, or a dream for the future. By taking this first step, you begin the process of creating meaningful, fulfilling emotional connections that can greatly enhance your later years. Emotional vulnerability is the key to forming deep, meaningful relationships. By opening yourself up to the people you care about, you create the space for true connection and mutual understanding. In doing so, you enrich your life in ways that far surpass physical health or material success, nurturing the kind of emotional richness that brings fulfillment in all stages of life. 9. Becoming too attached to the past. As we grow older, it's natural to look back with nostalgia, longing for the good old days when life seemed simpler, more predictable, and filled with possibilities. These fond memories often evoke a sense of comfort, yet becoming too attached to the past can prevent us from fully embracing the present. It can create dissatisfaction with where we are now and hold us back from exploring new opportunities. While it's important to honor and cherish our memories, we must also stay open to the future and what's happening around us. Life continues to offer growth, connection, and joy, even as we age. By focusing too much on the past, we risk missing out on the beauty and richness of the life that's still unfolding. Consider the memories that hold the most significance for you. Perhaps it's a time when everything seemed possible, or a special moment of joy or achievement that you carry with you. While these memories are precious, they can also create a sense of nostalgia that clouds our view of present opportunities. Now imagine shifting your focus from what has passed to what is happening right now. Embracing the present allows us to experience new joys, form new relationships, and welcome fresh experiences. If you find yourself dwelling too much on the past, try dedicating time each day to focus on the here and now. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's spending time with loved ones, picking up a new hobby, or simply appreciating the beauty of nature. By participating in the present, you'll realize that life still offers meaning and fulfillment, no matter your age. The past is a part of who we are, but it doesn't define who we can become. Letting go of excessive attachment to past moments allows us to live fully in the present and embrace the future with open arms. Aging gracefully is about finding balance, honoring the past, while remaining engaged with the life that's unfolding before us. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you found these stories inspiring and motivating, please share your feedback. Your thoughts mean a lot to us, and we greatly appreciate your time.